to the Rebuild Challenge, everybody. Today we have a Season 2 with Norwich City. Now, the first episode of this was a stream episode, so if you do want to go and check that out, it will pop up at the top of the screen right now. If you do want to go and sit through that, I think it was like a 2-hour stream. If not, it's fine. I'm sure you'll pick up the signings that we made last season and all that good stuff, and we've got more work to do with this Norwich team. Now, I've given you some time to go and check out episode 1 if you want to. Now we're getting into spoiler territory, everybody, okay? So, first season, we finished in 15th place. You can see my club record there. We've lost a fair amount more games than we've actually won, and the record needs to improve this season. So, of course, this is a rebuild challenge. If this is the first rebuild challenge you're watching here on the channel, here are the rules. I can only make up to 3 signings in the first summer transfer window. We can make an additional 1 signing in the winter transfer window if we want to. We can only promote 1 player from the youth academy each season. The entire season then is simulated with the exception of the last competitive game. Now, we started the season off with about £30 million, and as you can see here, we've got £2.45 million left. So we've already done all of our transfer business. Now let's find out exactly what we did on the transfer market. So after surviving in 15th place in our first season, we ended up with about £35 million given to us. Now, we straight out went and replaced our goalkeeper, Tim Krul, and we bought a really good replacement. The Spanish international, Kepa Arrizabalaga, who's probably not had the best time at Chelsea. We stole him from Chelsea, £22.2 million. Now, they spent something like £90 million on him in real life, so that is a massive discount on what they paid. Great signing for Norwich's level. And then we sort of added to that. Obviously, we had Todd Cantwell win this save. In real life, he's since gone to Bournemouth permanently, so I thought we've really grown him. We got him to be a really good player. He was about an 80, 81 rated, so he was worth about 30 mil. Now, we did go and splash that cash on Giovanni Lo Celso, plus £10.9 million. It cost us to get Lo Celso into the team. So those are 2 sort of top 6, top 8 kind of players, I would say. So look, we spent pretty much all our transfer money on those 2 boys, plus Todd Cantwell we lost out. So it was a very expensive coup to get those 2 guys in. We then had to look at outgoings to raise some more money. We converted Sorensen from a left-back to a CDM, then sold him to PSV for 3.2 million. A little bit of money coming in. We sent our youngster Ahadme out on loan to Sounders FC. We also sold Tim Krul permanently. Obviously, no real need for him anymore as we've got Kepa and, of course, Angus Gunn. He goes to Fenerbahce for 2.25 mil. So yeah, then after a few of those sales went through, we had enough money to bring in our 3rd signing of the summer. And that was Cabango from Swansea City. He's a 22-year-old centre-back, 74 rated as of the time that we purchased him. And he now comes in probably alongside, I would say, Kabak. We'll have a look at the squad just in a second. And he cost £8 million. Finally then, we sent our young striker Omatoye on loan. I think that's a Chinese team right there. So that is all the transfer business. The window is now shut. Let's have a look at our squad in its entirety. So here's the team. The 2nd season taking control of Norwich. And we've got ourselves a really good, young, up-and-coming Premier League team who I think can finish in the top 10 this season. We'll be a little bit more specific about our objectives that we're going to set for ourselves this season in a second. However, let's go through the team. First of all, for those who didn't watch episode 1 and you're just joining us, Origi, Kabak, Chalabar and Gilmore were our 4 signings from last season. Of course, we get 3 in the summer, 1 in January. I think Chalabar was our January one and the other 3 we signed permanently. So you can see it was quite, like, we didn't actually make a lot of changes to the squad because we already had Kabak and Gilmore on loan last season from the out. So we've got them permanently, which is great. So this season then we brought in Kepa. Improves our goalkeeper position massively. 81 rated compared to Tim Krul. I think he was a 78. And Gunn now on the bench. We've got Lo Celso, who is European quality. He's going to improve us, help Norwich get into that top 10 hopefully this season. And of course, we've also got Cabango, who's currently playing ahead of the other 2 centre-backs, Omar Bamidele and Hanley in centre-back. So obviously you guys probably know that Grant Hanley is the Norwich captain. We've currently given the armband to Lise Melu. I'm hoping that won't affect things too much. It shouldn't, but that is the squad that we're rolling into the season with. The bench is looking strong. Again, what you like to do in the rebuild challenges is just make sure that you future-proof the team, get some good young players in, and then just focus on the results on the pitch. So that's what we've done. And like I said, this team is now looking like one of the best up-and-coming Premier League teams in the entire division. So that's good. We've got some good players. Ida, Fanwo, one of my Charlton boys down in the reserves as well. Some good players down here. We've got Dow. So we're in good stead for the season. Now, tactically, I'm going to change this a little bit. I don't think we want this slow build-up possession play anymore in the Premier League. I think we want to go with balanced everything, because we do have a balanced team. I don't know how positively this is going to affect us. We'll revisit it maybe in like October, but direct passing and balanced offensive build-up play is what I'm going to go for, and then we've got a balanced defensive style as well. I think Norwich are a mid-table quality team now. We've got strength in depth, and so I think we should aim at a minimum top 10 finish, but an outside chance, I think, for Norwich of getting in the top 7 and qualifying for Europe. So I'm just going to put that out there. In terms of the domestic cups, I want to get to a quarter-final of one of them. I don't care which one. So that's it then. You've seen the squad. You've seen the objectives. Let's have a look at how we did on the pitch. It wasn't a great start to things, I'll be honest. We got one good result in there, and the other ones weren't too great. So we lost our first game of the season to Manchester City. It's a difficult place to start away at the Etihad. So, you know, we got a goal. We lost 3-1, whatever. We drew to Brighton. Okay, average result. I think we should be trying to convert those kinds of results into wins this season. Knocked out of the cup by Leeds United 3-0. That is really poor and already puts us out the Carabao. And then a draw to Chelsea, not so bad. So this is something to work on, but we need to get some green W's on the board here. We need some wins. Come on, this needs to be a win against Everton here. Oh my God, okay. It's not a good start for Norwich this season, I'll be honest with you. 3-1 loss at home to Leicester. A draw at home to Burnley. No, sorry, away at Burnley. And then a 3-1 home loss to Everton. It's not great. Who have we got in the next month? Liverpool, Spurs, Wolves and West Ham. All right, I'm sorry, but we need to get at least 7 points from these games. Otherwise, it is a horrendous start here for Norwich. All right, and now at the end of October, and we have ourselves 3 really good results at the end of the month there. So we started off badly, lost to Liverpool. Listen, Liverpool, different kettle of fish. We know this. We're not there yet. We then defeat Spurs. Huge result there against a team that's probably going to be challenging for the top 4, top 6 at least. Away win at Wolves is really big as well. And then we thrashed, in some ways thrashed, West Ham 3-0 there, which is another huge result for us. So where does that leave us in the table? We are slap bang in 10th at the moment after 10 games played. How far are we off, like 6th, 7th? We're 5 points off of Burnley, who are in 6th there. Fair play to Sean Dyche's boys. And yeah, like I said, Spurs are up in 5th there. So that was a really good result against them. All right, things are turning, I think. Now, it would seem in episode 1 that we invested quite heavily in our youth academy. I mean, look at this. We got some really good players. Lots of Estonians, a Greek there, Samaras, but look at this guy, Kask. I know for a fact we already promoted a winger with the exact same name, Kask, last season. But this guy's 15 and he's already 65 rated. Left-footed striker. His dribbling, his shooting and his pace are already so good. So this guy, once he becomes 16, I think is going to have to become our one signing from the Youth Academy this season. Then we've got 2 Casks, 2 young starlets called Kask. Love it. We've also got some good guys here. Susar looks quite good. Ram. But yeah, I think probably this Kask guy is the one who's going to make it. Wow, it looks like things really are turning for us there. Almost a perfect month. But unfortunately, we did actually draw 3-3 to Bournemouth, who obviously came up last season. So 3 wins, 1 against Watford, 1 against Newcastle, 1 against Southampton. That is real good core work that we're doing. Where does that put us in the table? Up to 7th now. Just below Chelsea, on equal points with them, but they've got a game in hand. So we're looking good now. Things really are turning, and the team is really showing its potential, starting at least. I think we can actually get this Norwich team into the Champions League in Season 3, maybe even this season. We're only 3 points off 4th. So, look, I don't want to set expectations too high, but we're on a bloody good run of form, I'll tell you that. Okay, here we are at the end of December then. How do I assess that? We got 2 wins on the board and 2 draws. The wins came against opponents you'd expect us to beat at this stage, Sheffield United and West Brom. The losses came against teams you'd expect us to lose against at this stage, Arsenal and Man U. And the draws were decent, Villa and Chelsea. So I'd say overall that's not too bad. Now going into the January transfer window then, we are 8th in the table. And how many points are we, just out of interest, off of the top 4? 5 points. And only 1 point off of Everton there in 6th place. So, okay. This is definitely something to work with. Last hour of deadline day then, this has been one of those rare occasions where it hasn't been worth bringing anybody in. I mean, it didn't make sense to sell any particular players. Our squad's so solid, like, I'm so used to it, and I've got such a clear idea of, like, the progression of the positions, some of the younger players. It just didn't make sense. I mean, we also were restricted by having only £3 and a bit million. So, yeah, with that money, we've obviously not really wanted to sell anybody at this stage. It just didn't make sense to bring anybody else in. So we only have the 3 signings this season, and nothing happening in January apart from outgoings. So let's have a look at those real quick. So if we do this by date, you can see we've sent Gibbs out on loan. We've also sold Akinfanwo for 1.3 million to New York City, and I think that's it, because this was a summer deal. Yeah, only these 2 have been concluded in January. Let's have a look and see if there are any huge signings elsewhere. Rodri to Spurs, you know, for over 100 mil. Tielemans to Juve. Werner gets an 86. He's not worth that. To Atletico. Wan-Bissaka to Barca. Palhinha to Man City. Obviously, they seem to be replacing Rodri, who they sold. Pedri to Dortmund. There's some big signings here. Calvert-Lewin to Arsenal as well. Wow, okay. Yes, our boy, he's finally of age. Okay, Tony Kask. He is going to get promoted immediately to the senior team. He's a 66 rated striker with a potential 92 rating. That is huge. And looking back at our January action, we lost 4-1 to Man United on the first, beat Cambridge to progress in the FA Cup, drew to Villa in the league, so not doing too well in the league at this stage. Then we followed that with a defeat to Spurs, but then we bounced back in the FA Cup 6-1 away against the Latics there, Wigan, on the 21st, and then we lost to Liverpool. So in the league, we only picked up 1 point from a possible 12. That's not good. But we did have some really crazy teams that we faced there. If we can get something out of either the Arsenal or the Man City game, plus hopefully beat Brighton, this could be a good way to bounce back. We're currently 10th in the league and 4 points off of 7th. All right, okay, so we did the bread and butter. We did beat Brighton, but we didn't get any points from City or Arsenal. Again, it's kind of as expected at this stage of the Norwich squad's development. However, it does take us a little bit further away from our dream this season of qualifying for Europe in some regard. Again, it's just 7th really. This month though, March, we have opportunities to get 9 points, I would say, from our 3 league games. We've got Sheffield United away, Everton away, that's going to be tough. And even Burnley at home will be quite tough. They're kind of flying a little bit this season. So yeah, and then again, this Manchester City game in the Cup, that is going to be also very difficult. So we have started off with a loss, followed by a win, a draw against Everton. If this Burnley game can become a victory, we might be all right. Let's continue. And we get a 2-1 victory. Okay, 7 points from 9. Not bad. We've obviously got 2 months left now. Plenty of games remaining in the season. We're out of both cups and we sit in 9th place. So we've got 8 points to claw back on Everton there. Alternatively, if we want to finish 7th, we've got 7 points to claw back on Leicester. Our games will enable us to get a good amount of points. We haven't got any of like the big 6 really in April, and even in May we've got some pretty reasonable fixtures there, Watford, West Brom, etc. So I like our chances of putting pressure at least on the top 7. We'll see how it goes. Oh no, that is not how I expected that to go. We get 2 wins at the end of the month, but those losses so important probably in the end against West Ham and Wolves, and we drew to Southampton. We needed more points from those first 3 games. Again, we did end up with 7 points, but I don't think that's European form, guys. I'm not going to lie. Moving on to the final month of May, let's see where we get to in the league after this game against Watford and this game against West Brom. Then, of course, we'll play the game against Leicester. Oh, no, a draw against Watford. What about West Brom? A 4-0 away win, so I don't think we're going to be anywhere near the top 7. Unfortunately, we are 9th. Do you know what? It's mathematically. We keep getting ourselves in this situation where it's mathematically possible, but really unlikely. Look. Oh, no, do you know what? Even mathematically, it's not really possible. I'm so annoyed. 1 more win there. If one of those losses was a win, we would be just behind Leicester in 7th there. It still would be hard because Leicester, again, they've got 16 goal difference on us. And yeah, it would be tough. However, look, we're going to play this last game of the season. Even if we can finish above Chelsea in that top 8, that would be incredible. So, last game of the season. Let's play it. And we get an injury just before the game. Pierre-Lise Melu, dislocated shoulder, out for 7 weeks, which means it looks like Billy Gilmore's going to have to come in and step up for us. So here we go. King Power Stadium action right now. Again, we do need to get a point on the board to make sure we finish in the top 10 because Wolves, I think, are 11th behind us. And we don't want them to win, us to lose, and them to take us over. So we do need to get something here. There is something, at least, at stake. All right, Leicester have Schmeichel in goal. Castagna, Evans, De Vrij, good player, and Thomas at the back. Soumare and Ndidi, great players in midfield. Pepe they've signed. Lechabella, Harvey Barnes with Daka up front. Wow. This is going to be very tough. Even on the bench, they got Inaki Williams, Diego Carlos, Benkovic. They got some top talent. Ourselves, though, we line up like so. Kepa in goal, Aarons, Cabango, Kabak and Giannoulis at the back. Lo Celso, Norman and Gilmour comes in for an injured Lise Melu. Rashica, Origi and Tzolis up front. He is so good. In fact, our entire team is really good, but that Tzolis on the left is a different kettle of fish. He's like an 86 rated and he's so young. So let's see if he can step up or someone else can step up. Someone step up, all right? Cabango, oh, look at this press. All right, Giannoulis. It's the right thing to do, mate. Well done. Turns him well. Into Tzolis, who's dropped deep to get the ball here. Looks like Gilmour's on a little run here. Gilmour over the top maybe for Origi, who's kind of just planked. He just like did a fish flop at that ball. Here comes Daka on the ball. Little chip. Can we get there, Giannoulis? We can. Norman. Tidy it up. Love that. Oh, Ndidi's come in and clattered me. Barnes to Daka. Back to Soumare. Daka tries to cut straight through the heart of the defence. Oh no. Oh no. Kepa makes a save. And we see our man who we signed in the summer in action. He's up to an 83 rated, so he's had a good season for us. Brendan Rodgers there pondering that chance that's gone begging for Leicester. Can we defend the corner? That's the question. Bonds. Oh God. It switched my player. Suddenly. Giannoulis. Oh, he gets away with it. Cabango's giving it away. We cannot keep possession at the moment. Luckily, we didn't give away a penalty there. Indeed, he turns me. Someone go out to him. Someone go out to him. Someone go out to him. Okay, Norman tidies up. Let's go. All right. Good dribbling from Origi there. Gets his pass. Didn't know whether to release Rashica there. I thought against it. Here's Aarons now. Bursting into the box. It's Max Aarons. Shoots. It's a goal. The right back of all people putting us 1-0 up here at the King Power. What a finish from the boy. He's not really a goal scorer by nature. His trade is not scoring goals. Just said that. However, that was a wonderful finish. Look at that. Perfect run. Like a double overlap there on the right-hand side. I think Schmeichel got a hand to it. Let's have a look from this angle. Aarons smashes it across goal. I think it was... Do you know what? It looked like it was maybe going wide. And Schmeichel's touch actually directed it more towards goal. So potentially a stroke of luck there for us. But Aarons nonetheless, with his first goal this season. And what an important one it could be. Let's keep going. Thomas. Oh, he's found a really good angle for Barnes. Barnes not doing too much with it at the moment. Although they're keeping possession well here. Oh no, loads of space. Kepa makes another great save. Loads of space for Daka, who really should have scored, to be honest with you. Corner ball now for Leicester. Weird corner. Barnes on the ball. Oh, he's turned me. Barnes is having a great game on this left-hand side. He's done me again. Back to Soumare. Little ball roll. And Kepa with another save. Little spell of possession and spell of chances here for Leicester. Very tough to defend against them at the moment. Corner comes in again. Kepa, wow, does so well to grab that. He's had a really good game for us, Kepa. Here's Harvey Barnes again. What a pass to Pepe out on the right. Let's show him down the line. Pass back to Castagna. Trying to get the tackle in. Luckily, they've messed it up. All right, here we go. On the counter-attack. Here's Billy Gilmour. Can we keep on side here with Divock Origi? We can. And I'm thinking to pass it. Oh, no, he's closing the angle down too well. We're going to take it outside. Shoot. And it is a goal. Wow. I'm surprised he managed to get that shot off, but that is fantastic work from Divock Origi in the end. I was going to play the pass over to the right-hand side, but decided against it. In the end, it just about turned out to be the right decision. And it's a great strike in the end from Divock Origi. Let's have a look at the replay. Look, loads of space here, but he's just not at the angle he wants to be. Cuts inside, steps, bang. What a shot. Drives it into the back of the onion bag there. Bosh, look at that. Straight off the laces. Schmeichel had no chance. 2-0. Look at this. Come on. One more runner. Rashica, what a pass. Can we get there with Lo Celso? Penalty? Nah. All right. It's going to be half-time now, guys, once this kick goes up the pitch. Unless... Okay, it is half-time. 2-0 to Norwich. We're playing quite well, but Leicester probably could have had 1 or 2 goals here. They've played some pretty good football themselves, and they really should have scored at least 1. So I'll consider myself lucky a little bit, but when we've had the ball, when we've attacked, we've been pretty clinical. So pleased so far. Chance here for Leicester. Castagna breaking down the right-hand side. Kabak's coming out to meet him, which hopefully means that my left-back's tucked in. Gilmour can't get the interception. Pepe now plays it through to Daka. It's another save from Kepa. 54 minutes on the clock. We are going to make a double sub before this corner comes in. We are going to bring on Josh Sargent up front, and Rashika's going to come off. We're going to move Origi out to the right wing, and we're also going to bring on, here we go, Norman off and replace him with Trevor Chalobah. So let's see what these boys can do. Can they have an impact? Chalobah finds the gap, and again, one more. Here we go, Billy Gilmour. He's not the best finisher, so he's going to square it, and it's a finish from the substitute Sargent, and that is 3-0 to Norwich. That was probably smart from Gilmour. He was on his weaker foot. I think his left foot is his weaker foot. And he had the opportunity to shoot from a tight angle, but we know his finishing is not the best, so we just cut it back there. Josh Sargent just peeled into a bit of space, and he tucks it past pretty much an empty net there. Good little finish. 3-0 to Norwich. Come on. And we've brought on Omar Bamidele at centre-back, who comes on to replace Cabango. Not much urgency about a team that's 3-0 down, although the patience might have paid off, and there's another save from Kepa. Right, Omar Bamidele, who's come on for us for Cabango. That's got to be a red card. Referee, get him off the pitch right now. It's got to be a red, and it is. See you later, Ndidi. He played so well. So well. But he's let himself down with one moment of madness. Look at that. That is murder on the football pitch. Disgusting. Celso. Aarons. Go on. Time that, Origi. Love that. Here comes Divock Origi. Has he already got one? I think he has. He cuts inside. Shoots. It's actually a fantastic save from Schmeichel. Uh-oh. Samare into the box with Jamie Vardy. It's another great save from Kepa. Wow. This man. So that should be that then. Once this pass goes forward, oh, maybe another chance here. No, Benkovic was the man trying to surge forward there. And he would have as well if he hadn't run out of time on the clock. But for once, the referee blows on time and we win the game 3-0. So all that's left to see is our player ratings and when we finish in the table. But that was a really solid performance. Really fun using that Norwich squad that we've built. So player performance-wise then, Kepa man of the match. Not surprised. Made some outstanding saves and really kept us in that. Because Leicester could have scored 2 or 3, really. Aaron's had a fantastic game. Scored a goal at 8.2. Omar Bamidele, I don't know why he's gone down to a 5.9 after he come off the bench. I thought we did okay. So where do we finish then in the table? We get ourselves up to 8. And again, so close to the European places. We can't call this a failure season because we said top 10 at a minimum. And we've exceeded that. We finished in 8th, but we just narrowly miss out on European football. And it was Leicester who beat us to the European Conference League position in 7th there. And that's the team that we just beat. So we know we could have done better this season. Man City win the league. Liverpool, Spurs, Man United, the rest of the top 4. Going down this season, Sheffield United, West Brom and Watford. Newcastle surviving on goal difference. So that's the team that finished it, guys. What a squad we ended up with in this second season with Norwich. And again, one more season with these boys, and I think we can definitely take them to the Champions League. So make sure you leave a like on the video if you want to see episode 3 with Norwich. I'm sure we'll have an excuse to do a Norwich episode again because they are struggling in real life. I tend to do the episodes when the team is struggling in real life. Yeah, Norwich certainly are. So that is a really good team that we've ended up with there. Kepa up to an 84. I mean, that team, it's so worthy of the top 6, isn't it? So let's have a look at the stats here then. Let's see who our top scorers were this season. Tizolis, again, I'm pretty sure he was our top scorer last season. 15 goals, 13 in the Prem. That's a fantastic return from him. Rashika, again, 14 goals, all coming in the Premier League. 9 assists for him as well in the Prem. Origi with 12 goals, not a bad return. And Sargent with 8 goals as our sub-striker. That's respectable. Lees Melu also had a respectable input, as did Norman and Lo Celso. Going down then, a couple of odd goals here and there for some of our other boys. Kask as well, our young right winger. Moving on to assists then. Rashika, top of the assist charts with 10. Lees Melu with 7. And then a few other guys contributing. We'd love to see it. Now, did we make the quarter-final of either of the cups? We know for a fact we got knocked out the Carabao. So it's the FA Cup. First of all, who won it this season? Watford and Millwall in the final. What the hell? All right. Well played, Watford. Well played, Millwall, to be fair, getting all the way to the final. Oh, I've changed competition there. Let's go back let's have a look at the semi-finals. No, we weren't in that. Millwall 4, Chelsea 2. That's crazy. No, we didn't make the quarter-final. I think we lost here in round 5. Yeah, to Manchester City. It was a tough draw. We didn't quite get into the quarters, but I think finishing a couple of positions above our minimum kind of makes up for that. So I'll give myself a decent rating, maybe a 7 out of 10, 6 out of 10 for that season. Let me know what you think. I think one more season with Norwich and we can do something special here. But I'll leave you with this image of the squad that we've built. Let me know what you think of this squad. Would you have done anything differently? I hope you did enjoy today's episode. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter, subscribe to my other channels that pop up at the end of the video. Thank you once again for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Love you, gang.